I earn my bread still by hosting dive tours. The big thing, of course, was starting so long ago when not many people were into diving and underwater photography was far different. And way back in the 30s when I was a schoolboy, I was given a souvenir mask that was used by armor divers, the Japanese armor divers, crafted in the village, and we had nothing like that at all in our own Western civilization. No masks, goggles, which weren't really very useful. And started looking underwater with that down in Florida, and opened your eyes, and before that, nothing was clear. But just by a jetty off of one of the beaches, fish in abundance, and thought, wow, this is really sensational. And started so long ago that when the first masks and things and snorkels came, and I was stationed down in the Panama area in the Navy Air Force, with friends from California, from out here, with those first masked fin snorkels and spear guns, were collecting abs, spearing fish, and we gathered together there and used to go out and dive along the coast, spear as many fish as we could, bring them back, give them to the girls at the ship's service in order for free milkshakes, things like that. And then after the war, that electrifying image that the man named Cousteau had developed this device that enabled you to breathe underwater. And I had the first one in the state of Maine. I was a blueberry farmer, and I was already tuned in to that diving that we'd done, which was all breath-hold diving, and got it, and there had to be something to fill it. You couldn't take it to a gas station. So I had the 14th compressor made by Cornelius, a company that made compressors for airplane tires.
Are you ready, Stan?
This is macro, and that's what I'm into these days. All of those early days with television, when I shot for the network, for the American Sportsman Show, and eventually went off and did those together. And ESPN, the networks wanted big animals, dangerous animals. I mean, that, of course, is the media's joy. And sharks put my children through college. But it was a real, it eventually wore out, and I had so much of chasing whales and sharks. I began to go for mackerel, and then found, of course, the Western Pacific, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Solomons, the Philippines, and this endless variety of mackerel coming up out of the dark sand. And the finest that I know was the Limbus Straits in northeastern Sulawesi. And so I put this one together called the Mackerel World of Indonesia. I will go back there again any time and hope to, as long as I last. It's one of the finest areas for mackerel in the small world. I narrate these myself. I edit them on an iMovie on my Mac, and I shoot with a consumer product camera this big, really high def. Well, this wasn't high def when I shot that. And it's a drone from the big cameras, 1,000-watt lights, big catenaries of cables and so on that we used to have to work with. And that's why it's so easy to shoot today, and you can do so darn it with a camera. And joy for me. All right, let's give it a go.
Thank you.